What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far, but we're back here once again with another realistic rebuild. These have been a ton of fun lately, and today we have another team that's in a rebuild mode right now, and that is the Washington Wizards. Now, usually you would talk about the Wizards in the same light as Chicago and Sacramento, a team that just hasn't put together, but since Will Dawkins has been hired, I feel like this team is in a great direction so far, and it's just a matter of getting to the destination, but they're on their journey at the moment. So let's go ahead and jump in and try to finish that journey, and do this Washington Wizards realistic rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs. If you are new around here and want to help us out, that would be awesome. But let's go ahead, like I said, take a look at this Wizards roster. So you got McCollum, you got Alex Sarr. So, of course, this team is loaded with a young core, which is just super exciting. And then they brought in a ton of expiring vets this offseason as well. They get off Poole's contract. They got Corey Kispert that a lot of teams are like rumored to get this offseason. He did not get moved, but he is someone that I'm sure the Wizards could get a decent amount for. There's a lot to like on this team, honestly, and I really am excited for their direction. McCollum and Middleton are two guys that you could even maybe flip at the deadline, but for me, I may just prioritize having cap flexibility for the most part. They did make a trade with the Spurs, I thought, or am I tripping? I thought they got Malachi Branham, or maybe or maybe it was Blake. I don't remember. Or Wesley got waived. That's right. And then maybe I don't remember. Regardless, we're gonna go ahead and simulate this first season. We're gonna see how things go. Here's rotation right now. Of course, they also brought in Cam Whitmore, not to mention, but 11 deep sounds right. McCollum, below Coulibaly, Middleton, Kaishan George, Alex Sarr, Bub Carrington, Corey Kispert, Trey Johnson, I forgot about Trey Johnson, a rookie out of this team as well. So we'll probably get him like 21 minutes over Kispert for his rookie season, AJ Johnson and Champagny. And then, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So let's go ahead, simulate year one. If we do decide to like ship McCollum or Middleton at the deadline because they're playing well and maybe get like some pick or some kind of value for them, we'll look into it. But more than likely, I'd rather just let them expire and have the cap flexibility. So at the end of year one, Jokic is your MVP. Flag is a Rookie of the Year. Russ wins six man back in Denver, which I feel like would be a great spot for him to go back to, but we'll see if he ends up doing that or where he goes in real life. Depoy is your Wemby, or goes to Wemby. And then Neemias is your Most Improved. Jalen Green's your Clutch Player. And Chris Vince is your Coach of the Year. And Zachary Staples is your Executive. And Cup MVP went to Scoop. Here's your big first team. Obviously, we're not going to have anybody on here, I would imagine, but all rookie first team should feature Trey Johnson, or all defensive second team, though, for Alex Sarr in his sophomore year. I like that. Trey Johnson, no all rookie first team, but he is on all rookie second team, which is great. One thing I did do after the trade deadline, I did explore a McCollum trade because he was averaging 19 points per game. But ultimately, there just wasn't anything that I liked, and I made sure that after the deadline that McCollum and Middleton were not starting anymore. So, like, Bub Carrington started games after the deadline, and Corey Kispert started some games as well. But yeah, Middleton and McCollum both expiring, both are going to be gone. I can see the Wizards trading them in real life and getting some value, but for me, I didn't like any of the trades, and I'm not going to spend too much time trying to find realistic trades for these two. I wanted to have just cap flexibility, basically. So let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the whole thing. Obviously, we were a bad team, not to even really look into it. So we went 17-65, which I think is better anyway. Let's add another piece to this team, such as Peterson, Banza, or Boozer. I mean, we'd be in a great spot if one of them are added to this team. So let's see. We got the Hawks and the Clippers. Okay. And the Clippers go on to win a championship in year number one. Interesting. Here are your retirements. Chris Paul's calling it. Horford's calling it. Let's go to the lottery now, and let's see where our pick is about to end up. Because when we're doing these bad teams, obviously the lottery is a big part of what we're doing. So let's see if we stay within the top three. Hopefully, I mean, I think the farthest we can fall is 5, right? So hopefully we don't fall to 5, and it happens. So we fell to the fifth overall pick, which truly sucks. Not really what you want to see. Because if we could have added one of those top 3 guys, that would have been amazing. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen. So I'm going to keep Brian Keefe still, and we're going to head to draft night. Very disappointed by the result, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. So let's go see what other picks we have. So we have the 26th pick via the Thunder, and then we got an early second and a late second. I think I'd like to see if I can move up that second pick in the draft. We're going to start there. We're going to see if the Pacers would be willing to give me the 17th pick. Might be a little too far of a reach, but I'm going to offer both these picks I have along with you know, this 26th pick. Let's see what they say. That's a little too steep for them. I'll throw in some other seconds, but okay, it only took one more second. So we're going to get the 17th pick as well. 3 picks outside the lottery, so 5 and 17. The Pacers walk away with the Hall draft pick. So let's go see what we get at pick 5. I mean, a dream scenario if one of those top 3 guys fell to us, but that's not going to happen. Devanza goes to Charlotte. Boozer is going to Atlanta. It seems like he goes to Atlanta every video, and then Boston's going to take Peterson. So yeah, would have loved one of those 3 guys. Unfortunately, not going to happen. So we can walk away with either Nate or Dash Daniels. So I wouldn't hate any of those guys either. Nate Ament goes to the Lakers, so I think we'll probably take Dash Daniels here, honestly. So that's probably where we'll go with this. So welcome to the team, Dash Daniels. Or I could take Mikal Brown as well. Louisville guard, or do I take Dash Daniels? I'm kind of, or do we even have Pete? But I feel good about where we're at forward. Although Pete's an all-star ceiling. I'm going to take Mikal Brown. I don't think I've taken him in a video yet, so we'll bring him in. And then we have that 17th pick as well. And to me, Chris at 17 is a steal. I'll absolutely take him. Our backup 5 position is set for the future with him. So welcome to the team. That second trade moving up was awesome. So I love that. So we got Mikal Brown and Chris. Welcome to the Washington Wizards. Champagny and Jones, I'll accept both of those. I mean, we're going to have a very deep young core rotation, and we'll just let it kind of settle out as far as who's progressing and who's not. Free agency wise, I don't really know if there's any necessary need to add any free agents to this team. Don't get me wrong, we do have cap space, but I mean, we could be very patient with what we have right now. So I'll probably end up moving Bub Carrington more of a point guard role in this scenario, because we're obviously loaded at the guard spot at shooting guard, and we can move some guys to the 3 as well. George and then Champagny, and then you got of course Sar and Chris. I guess we should add a 3rd string center. But other than that, I think that'll be probably it. So let's see if there is a center that is worth just kind of an addition here. So let's say we brought in, I don't know, like Jalen Williams, who shouldn't be here, but he is. Daron Sharp is always someone I like getting, but I'll go with Jalen. Just kidding. He wants to, that's actually, we have money for it. Let's just go ahead and spend money on Jalen Williams. So Jalen Williams will be our 3rd string center. And I think that's all we're going to do. I'm going to let the rest of the young guys just develop. We'll have no McCollum. We'll have no Middleton in the way, so we're just truly a young roster. So let's go see what progression is looking like. So we got Star up to an 84, Koulibaly's up to an 81, 80 George, 80 Trey Johnson, 79 Cam Whitmore, 77 AJ Johnson. So yeah, we're gonna go figure out this rotation. It's gonna be a very young team. Our oldest player is Corey Kispert. We might get to the point where we have to cut some players. I wouldn't be shocked if we had over 15, and that might mean we trade Corey Kispert away if that's the case. So let's see if that is the case. It may not be. We might be able to keep him, but we may still look into trading him at the deadline anyway, because I do think the Wizards could get value for him. But let's load this 27 draft. Let's see if we're good. And then if we're not, I'll trade Kispert. All right, no, we're fine. So let's go fix the rotation the way we want it. To me, the rotation's looking pretty solid. I like where we're at as a team. So we got Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson in the backcourt with Koulibaly at the 3, Kaishan George at the 4, and Alex Sarr at the 5. Kim Moore off the bench, Jalen Williams, Corey Kispert, Mikal Brown, AJ Johnson, and Chris. So yeah, I'm feeling good about running 11 deep, and then I'm just kind of curious to see who will pop up kind of as the scorer here. So we look at shot tendencies. Obviously, we probably need to give someone that priority. So we have Trey Johnson up to a 91 naturally. So I'm cool with that. If he wants to pop off, that's fine. It looks like Mikal Brown might be one to pop off right away too. So I guess those guys will be our scores. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Of course, if I do decide to stop at the trade deadline to trade Kispert, for instance, I will show you. And I more than likely will move him because I feel like we should get something good for him. So I think I'm feeling this trade from the Houston Rockets. They get to add more shooting next to Amin Thompson and everything else they have going on over there. We get Steven Adams' contract and we get a 1st-round pick out of it. I think this is a no-brainer. So they get off, Steven Adams' salary. They get a shooter. We get a 1st. I think this is a perfect trade scenario in my opinion. So we'll do that trade. Right now, we are still unfortunately pretty bad, which does suck. I was kind of hoping to see maybe a little bit of development this year, but, kind of figured. Trey Johnson, though, is having a very good sophomore season, which I love. Mikal Brown hopefully is going to continue to become that 2nd scorer for us. Whitmore maybe looking for an extension this offseason, so we'll see what we can do with him. All in all, I feel like we're in the right direction. Like I said, the Wizards were already in a good spot with how many good young players they have. I'm just pretty much finishing this rebuild, and we'll do just that. So Trae Young in an LA Clippers jersey wins MVP. Peterson Rookie of the Year in Boston. Boozer is your sixth man for the Hawks. Wemby's your depoy. Trey Johnson, as I'm not surprised. Look at that, man. 50-49. I mean, if the Wizards fans got this in Trey Johnson's sophomore season, I think they'd feel on top of the world. So, yeah, that's awesome. Not really sure he'll get there, but, I mean, he probably could, I guess. Anthony Edwards, your clutch player, but in your second year, that would be a nice breakout. Cup MVP goes to Brunson, and then we saw the Clippers are doing really good in the simulation so far. Luka's hurt, out for the season. Peterson's also out for the season in his rookie year when he made All-NBA first team, which is wild. All-NBA second team and All-NBA third team. So, once again, no Wizards or anything, but it would have been cool to see Trey Johnson on here, but probably was going to be a long shot. All-defensive first team and all-defensive second team. So, no Alex Sarr this time, but we should get, hopefully, Chris on here. Oh, yeah, or Mikael Brown, but no Chris. I forgot about Mikael Brown, too, of course. So, he makes all-rookie second team. All right, so we end up as a lottery team again, as we're fully aware of that. We were not good, but yet 25 from Trey Johnson, 16.5 from Cam Whitmore, 13 from Mikael Brown, 10 from AJ Johnson, and then 12 from Alex Sarr. As far as health is concerned, Trey Johnson played 72 games, 73. So it looks like for the most part, other than maybe Alex Sarr, we were pretty healthy, which is good. Chris only played 55 games as well, but all right, let's go ahead and see who goes on and win this second championship of the video. The Clippers already won one. Will they do it again? Nope. And you got the Nuggets and the Raptors. Okay. And then the Dallas Mavericks didn't even get out of the first round. So Denver goes on to win another one. They beat the Raptors in 5 games. Interesting. For the lottery for us, once again, let's see where our pick will end up. So once again, we're projected in the top 3, but this time we're not projected number 1. So maybe we'll stay in the top 3 this time. This is a weaker draft class to have the top pick, but we get number 2. So the Blazers are more than likely going to take Stokes. So we get to walk away with one of the good forwards in this draft. So can't complain too much. I think other than that, I think that's the only pick we have in this draft, which we might have some seconds. Let's see. We have... Okay, once again, I'm kind of wondering, should we like package these early seconds and try to move up? Because we have a lot of young players already. I also wouldn't mind trying to add a veteran to the team somehow, some way, if we want to kind of turn the table a little bit here. So I look into that. We'll see, though. It's going to have to make sense for me to do it, but I do not want to add 4 rookies to this team at the end of the day, to be honest. Gonna see if I can move up to pick 24 to make it simple, and we can. So we'll have 2 and 24 in this draft. So very similar to what we did last year, where I'm not adding second round rookies to the team. So let's go see what we get with pick 2. So we got Stokes, of course, going number 1. And then as far as we're gonna take at number 2, we have Hugo, which I don't know how to say his name fully, but he's from France. We got Jordan Smith Jr. Don't know how to say this guy's name either. We got Christian Collins, Cameron Williams, Brandon McCoy. I do think I'm leaning towards Christian Collins here out of USC, though, with this second overall pick. So I'm going to take him here, welcome him to the team. And then at pick 24, we got Richard O'Brien, Wendell Page, and then Daniel Jacobson. I mean, we just added... we just added a center last year. So I think I'll go ahead and take... I feel like we could use a third-string point guard. Although I feel like O'Brien's not real. I could be wrong, but... part of me thinks he's not a real person. He's 23 years old as well. I guess I'll just add Wendell Page to the team. So welcome out of Arizona. That feels like a more real name. I mean, not that the other one isn't, but I don't know. 66 overall. It's even worth... I mean, he was a first-round pick. I guess we'll have him as a trade-in maybe, but Collins, 76 overall, that second pick. That feels good. Jalen Williams, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to decline Penny, and I'm also going to decline Dylan Jones. So we'll go ahead and go with all of these. We know eventually that guys are going to have to get paid, so Coulibaly is going to be the first one. Kemp Whitmore, going to look to pay him depending on how much money he's wanting. If he's wanting like $25 million a year, probably can't get there, but he's asking for 7, so we can do that. And then Below's not even asked for much money either, so we'll definitely take care of him. So we'll give him about 20 on the dot. I think that'd feel pretty good, so we'll give him that. And then Whitmore, same thing. He's not asking for much money, so we'll bring him back. Those 2 contracts are done, but we know there's a lot more salary to pay coming forward. But as I mentioned, I'm kind of in the market to see if we can bring in a vet. I kind of want to see what Mikael Brown and Bub Carrington can do. But if there was one position that I'm like, hey, if we can add a vet to this spot, it is the power forward spot, or maybe even the center, because I could slide Sarr to the 4 too if we wanted to. But that is where I'm kind of staring at. Like, what could we do to add to those positions? Because if we can add a veteran that would push us up a little bit, think that would be awesome. So that's what I'm going to see if we can find that, or if there's anything like that that makes sense and fits the build that I'm kind of explaining. So as far as the trade market is concerned, unfortunately that didn't really exist, but there is Jeremy Sohan out here, so I do have a little bit of interest in him, but I kind of want to give him like a non-guaranteed deal in the second season. So Sohan's going to be the addition this offseason. I explored trade ideas, almost came to the conclusion of Aaron Gordon, but he had a very big player option next year, and I don't know how much he's going to regress, so kind of glad we didn't go in that direction. But here is moment of truth on guys like Mikael Brown and whoever else. So Mikael Brown is up to an 80, Whitmore is an 80, Chris 78, Trey Johnson 83, Below's up 83. I think he was already an 83. And then you got Will Riley up to a 76. Look at, how many young players we have. We know we can't pay everybody. I think the safest ones are obviously Sar, Trey Johnson, and Below. I think those are the three guys, no matter what, I would keep them. And then, of course, there's some other guys that maybe fit that bill as well. But I'm pretty much open to moving anybody other than these three. I think these three guys are solid starters for us throughout the video. I think they all fit extremely well together. So that is what I want to steer in the direction of. I'm hoping to show more promise going into year 3. I would like to see us be competitive for a play-in spot. But we'll see if 2K agrees with that notion. And if we are, maybe that trade I was kind of hinting at happens with all these young guys we have, and maybe we make some kind of big consolidation trade, because we're right there. We don't want to rush things, but if it's, an open window for us to take, we might take it. So proficiency is 3.5 balance. The starting 5 I'm liking a lot. So Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, Below, Sohan, Sar, Kaishawn George, Mikael Brown, Kim Whitmore, Chris, AJ Johnson, and Jalen Williams. We also are leaving our second overall pick out of the rotation entirely, which feels kind of bad, but it's just kind of how deep we are. So I am going to get him minutes to start things off here, because I do want him to play. But this is what I'm talking about. And then we got to figure out, like, who do we got to pay this offseason? Because we know a lot of contracts are coming up. Sar's going to have to get paid. Adams, of course, is irrelevant in this situation. But yeah, there's going to be some expiring contracts. So I do think it's in our best interest to maybe explore an idea of consolidating some of those guys into a better player. I'm hoping to be good, though. And so far, we're not. But maybe we'll turn some things around and be competitive, but we're just not showing that at all right now. So we're at the trade deadline as we're 18-34 on the season right now, and I'm looking at the power forward spot where I'm like, hey, I want to upgrade that, and I'm just not really seeing anything that I like too much. And as far as like, there was a couple guys I was interested in, but matching Jaren Jackson or Bam Adebayo's salary right now is extremely tough without trading the second overall pick we just drafted, which I didn't really want to necessarily do, so I'm kind of debating on bringing in a 5 and moving Sar to the 4. I wouldn't be opposed to that. And someone that I like a lot is Jalen Duren. I would imagine that getting to his salary would be pretty easy, and he'd be a really good fit on this team as far as timeline is concerned. $20 million right now. He's locked up for the next 3 years, and we can give Detroit a sweet package, and they're just rebuilding right now. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them Jeremy Sohan to start things off with, and then we could throw them a new center such as Chris if we do this trade. I feel like we should probably throw them some kind of 5 if they're going to make that trade happen. So Jeremy Sohan, Chris, and then let's say Adams. Oh, they're probably not going to have to worry. They're probably not worried about Adams. This 2028 first, or we have this pick we just got in a recent trade, and then we could throw these seconds in here. So something like this for Jalen Duren. Bring in a 5, move Sar to the 4. What do we think? We're going to get that trade to happen. So Jalen Duren is going to come in, and that's done. So we'll have Jalen Duren on the team. We'll move Alex Sarn out of the 4. We did just trade our backup center, of course, which I feel a bit bad about, but at the end of the day, Alex Sarn and Jalen Duren as a front court going forward, I feel really good about. And once Coulibaly is healthy, I think we have our starting 5 set in stone. So, of course, we're still going to have to pay guys. Now Christian Collins is going to get some minutes as well. All right, I like it. 18-34 right now. I imagine our season doesn't turn around magically, but hoping next season we'll be a contender in the East. So progress has been showed yet again, but, we are just not there yet. Most improved player goes to Mikael Brown, but I'm looking for next year to be the year where people start to look at us seriously. That's what I'm hoping anyway. All defensive first team for Jalen Duren. We just brought him in. That's awesome. So here's all rookie first team and all rookie second team. And then we did not make the playoffs again. Like I said, we just have not gotten there yet. So I feel like we have the team, though, to make it happen next year. We'll see if that does work out. Alex Sarr dislocated his left patella and was out, but it was towards the end of the season anyway. The season was already lost. So let's go ahead and see who goes on and win this championship. We got the Mavericks and the Clippers. The Mavericks might finally get their ring of the video. And the Raptors almost stopped them, but they did win in 7. They don't know if we have a pick this offseason. I would imagine we probably do, but it is apparently via Brooklyn. Okay, let's see where that ends up. So we will have the 6th pick, or I guess the Nets will have our pick, and we get the 11th pick. Okay, so we get the 11th pick, and then as far as staff is concerned, Brian Keefe might have to go as well. We just have not had success under him, so I think moving on from him is probably a good idea. Who wants to come in and take over a dynasty? Because we're building something special here. So Donovan, Lou, Nick Nurse. I'll throw Donovan in. Well, I threw Lou and Nick Nurse an offer. Quinn Snyder, throw him an offer as well. None of them want to come to Washington. That's really brutal, so we don't get any of them. Will Hardy always is willing to come coach for the teams I build. How about that? So we'll get Will Hardy instead. So yeah, Nick Nurse, Lou, and Quinn Snyder tell me to F off. So we will not be getting any of them. Will Hardy is going to be our new coach once again. I think I just got him in a recent video. But 11th pick, let's see what we add to the table here. So number 11, this will just be depth. Didn't mean to click that too quickly. We got Daryl McCoy, All-NBA out of Santa Clara. Welcome to the team, Daryl McCoy. So welcome. He ends up being a 68 overall. Not good. Okay, player options. Trey Johnson, Mikael Brown, and Will Riley, all guys that are going to contribute next year. And then Sar, look at this. A lot of free agents to worry about. Hopefully nobody's asked for too much money. Sar, you know, if he wants to ask for much, you know, a lot of money, that's fine. But everyone else kind of hoping they're not. So Kashawn George, that's going to be tough to get to. $20 million for him is not going to be something I can just easily do. But Bub Carrington's not asked for too much money, so I can definitely do that. So we'll give Bub his 4-year extension. We'll give Sar his 4-year extension as well, or 5-year. Kashawn George, though, is going to have to really rethink what he's asking for right now. AJ Johnson, though, is someone I would be interested in as well. Then what was he asking for? Yeah, he's not asking for much. We'll bring him in as well. Okay, so that's done. George, honestly, if he's going to ask for $20 million, like, I don't want to renounce him, but it's going to be tough. Oh, he's getting offer sheets, so he's going to go somewhere and get paid. I don't think I'm going to match it, though. He's just asked for way too much money. I can't match it. He's gone. We already brought in Duran anyway, so we're just going to let him go. So we got to find a way to replace him, but it looks like we're pretty deep for the most part, other than power forwards, obviously clearly a blank right now. And then we don't even have a good backup center, so our backup front court just took a hit after we traded Chris at the deadline. So I'm going to bring in Aldama on a minimum, and then backup 5, I see Robert Williams, and then Jalen Williams, who was just playing for us. Might as well just bring him in again. Familiar with what we're doing, so we'll bring him in. And then as far as, I'll bring Robert Williams in as a 3rd option too at that center. Just kidding, goes to the Clippers. Okay. And then Gobert, I guess, is a vet we can bring in, or a Dembona. We'll bring him in. So we'll bring him in. And okay, like I said, my expectations this year is that we'll finally make the playoffs. Mikael Brown and Trey Johnson, I think, are going to score both 20 points per game and get us to the promised land. Maybe not a championship just yet, but our whole starting 5 is an 84 overall, which is kind of interesting and weird, but I like it. So hopefully it works out the way we want it. We'll see. We're going into year 4 with a ton of confidence that this should be a playoff team. Will I be right in thinking that? Gonna find out. So Power Rank has this 23rd overall. Proficiency is 3.5. So they're not very high on us still, but here is going to be your rotation. So we'll have a 9-man rotation. Mikael Brown, Trey Johnson, Koulibaly, Alex Sarr, Jalen Duran. Like I said, it's kind of weird and bizarre that everyone's in 84. And look at the minutes right now. That's just looking kind of weird. So I'm going to take some minutes away from the bench a little bit, and we'll give Mikael Brown 35, and we'll go some, like, I don't know, this looks a little off that everyone's playing the same amount of minutes like that. So Trey Johnson will get 35 a night, though. Although once an injury happens, it'll get fixed anyway, so it may not even matter what I just did. But all right, will we make the playoffs this year? Well, we're gonna find out. I feel like we have the team capable of at least being a play-in team. We're off to a good start. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So at the end of this year, Wemby wins MVP. Anderson's your Rookie of the Year. Gigi Jackson's your 6th man. Wemby is also your depoy. Wilson's your Most Improved. Desmond Bane's your Clutch Player. Kidd is your Coach of the Year. Hobson is your Executive. And Cup MVP went to none other than our boy Mikael Brown, 23 and 8 at that point guard spot. And that is looking awesome. So anybody on all NBA teams, though, for us? We do get Mikael Brown. He's got a strained right Achilles, though, so that's definitely going to hurt one of our leading scorers. Probably our leading scorer on the team. Maybe Trey Johnson's above him. We'll see. all defensive first team, all defensive second team. So we get Sar to make that again, which is great. And yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to have, which, yeah, just really sucks. It just really does. But here is what it's looking like without him. I mean, at least we have Bub Carrington still. And then Christian Collins, I just noticed he didn't develop really at all going into this season. He remained a 76 overall, which is kind of weird. But I guess whatever. So probably because we weren't playing him starting minutes, maybe. I don't know. Regardless, we're still going to be fine without, him for now. I think other than that, that's our only injury, though. It's just Mikael Brown. He's going to be back in 2 to 4 weeks, I guess. Oh, wait. Trey Johnson, our other scorer, is out. What am I talking about? So, I mean, we have depth, but losing those two guys are literally our 2 leading scorers is going to hurt. So, Bub Carrington, Whitmore, Koulibaly. I mean, I guess we kind of saw what Trey Johnson and Mikael Brown were doing, but yeah, both of them, both our leading scorers, just out for the season, basically. I mean, I guess Mikael Brown can still come back, but yeah, unfortunate. We were the 3rd seed in the East as well, which was very weird because, as you can see, 42 and 40 got you the 5th seed and the 4th seed. So this was just a weird East this year. As far as team stats were concerned, as far as offensive rating was for us, we were number 8. Defensively, we were probably middle of the pack, it looks like. So we were about towards the lower bottom, 20th. Okay. So, we are playing the Milwaukee Bucks in round 1, who I assume still have Giannis, but maybe he's hurt right now, which that is not the case. This is the supporting cast Giannis has around him. It's not looking too promising. The Bucks usually aren't a good sim team. I guess Pete is hurt, so that probably isn't helping. We would have had the chance to have drafted him, so we'll see. Game 1 is going to go to us, though. 114 and 103, so good start. Game 2 does go to Milwaukee. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. We might get out of the first round, and we do just like that. So we beat the Bucks in 5. Mikael Brown is back, so that is huge. So at least we get him back, and it looks like he played a little bit in that other series too. So that's awesome, but we do lose Will Riley and Jalen Williams in that series. Trey Johnson, again, still out for the season, but it said that in a previous video, and then a guy ended up coming back in like the finals. So technically, if we make it to the finals, which I don't know if we would without him, I think we might run into trouble in the conference finals or in the NBA finals. But let's see. Dallas is struggling against the Clippers, Indiana, and Toronto. Toronto's made it to the finals twice as well, but the Pacers are going to knock them out. And we get to deal with the Indiana Pacers. So they got Halliburton, Lonnie, Benedict Mathurin, Walker, Siakam, Kuminga, Peyton Pritchard, Aaron Nesmith, Clifford. And then, is that a real name out of Iowa? That's a interesting name to have. Wow. Paxson, Mike Davidson is, I was about to say, is Nembhard hurt for them? And he definitely is. So that hurts them a little bit, but they're still a good team without him. So let's see. All right. Mikael Brown fully healthy. Game 1 is going to go to the Pacers, though. Game 2 goes to them. Yeah, I think without Trey Johnson, we're in trouble, but we do maybe even it up. Nope, down 3-1. And we do lose in 5. So that was unfortunate. Really nothing we can do about it. Koulibaly got hurt as well, but we needed Trey Johnson, our second scorer, to be in that series healthy if we were going to win anything. So Timberwolves and Pacers, and the Timberwolves do beat the Pacers in 4 games. Here are your retirements. Gobert and AD are calling it, and then I would like to not add another pick in this team for this team because we are just deep as far as young is concerned. But I guess we have the 9th pick via the Celtics, so we will be adding another lottery pick to this team. Will Hardy, I mean, he got us further than Brian Keefe ever did, so we'll keep him. We also have the 21st pick, so let's go see what we can draft with 9 and 21. So I think with the 9th overall pick, I'm leaning towards taking Peter Julius out of Tennessee. We do need another center on the team, so I'm going to bring him in out of Tennessee with the 9th pick. And then at 21st, we got, I'm not going to take another center. We got Richel or Donnie James. I guess I'll go, man, I don't know about any of these guys. I guess I'll bring in Eddie A. Morris, I guess. I don't know. So Wichita State. Let's go. Bring him in. All right. So we got Julius, Morris, Thomas Stone, and Jamie Sharp. Player options. Collins will accept even though I mean, if Collins doesn't develop at all this offseason, I might trade him, man. We really can't wait around like that. So Will Riley, Trey Johnson, 2 guys. Oh, Trey Johnson's a big must re-sign. Will Riley. So Trey Johnson, I'm going to give him what he wants, but Will Riley, what is he asking for? He's asking, well, he's not asking for much money, so we'll bring him in as well. So Trey Johnson, Will Riley, that is done. And then let's see what else we got. Power forwards we can bring in. We got Carter Bryant here. Wow, restricted, but man, I would be fine with throwing him in an offer. So let's throw him an offer sheet, even though okay, we get Carter Bryant. So welcome to the team. Carter Bryant, and then what is Collins gonna do for us this offseason? He's not moving, dude. He's getting moved right now. He's the second overall pick doing absolutely nothing. Trey Johnson, hopefully will be healthy, but Mikael Brown's an 86. And other than that, no one else is really moving. So I kind of want to make a one last like final, maybe not, I wouldn't say last, but I do want to make some kind of big trade. Like I'm just not feeling this team as far as like going to win it all just yet. So is there a trade that exists out there that we bring in someone to push us over the top? We're going to go find out. I don't know how he ended up in New Orleans, but I'm looking at Donovan Clingan on their team, and I'm going to see if I can give them Christian Collins. He's just not someone that's developed enough for us, so I don't really see the point of keeping him around. So I'm going to see if we can bring some more stability at that 5 position. So I'm going to offer them Collins, and straight up, let's see what they say. They say no. What if I offer this Clippers pick as well? Still have no interest. What about a second? Another second. And can I throw them anything else that may... what about Wendell Page? Okay, that gets it done. So we get Donovan Clingan on the team to bring in another center. Once again, another 84 overall. We're just kind of the theme of this team, I guess. Once Trey Johnson's healthy, this team should be looking damn good. Once he's back, we're going to be in a great spot. But I'm hoping all of this is to get us to that final destination. I love the Clingan edition. I was thinking bigger picture, but I think I'm cool with just bringing in a new 5. I think that's awesome. So another solid season once again as Mikael Brown makes an All-NBA first team averaging 26 and 8. Love to see it. And here is your All-NBA third team, all-defensive first team, and all-defensive second team. Clingan makes it, so I'm glad we brought him in. Here's our rookie team. So we end up as the second seed in the East, and here were your player stats. We had 26 from Mikael Brown and 27 from Trey Johnson. As you can see, there is some injuries to deal with like usual, but hopefully that's for other teams as well. Cam Whitmore is averaging 20 this season for us as well off the bench. So kind of would have been nice to see him as a 6th man, but I don't think he got that. But he may have played. Well, I guess I could have looked, but we'll look at that in a second. Offensive rating, we were number 3. Defensively, we were number 3. So 3 on both sides of the ball. And then as far as how many games everyone played. So Mikael Brown played all 82. Same thing with Alex Sarr. Trey Johnson played 16 games. That's it? Damn. Okay. Koulibaly 78. So hopefully he can stay healthy in the playoffs. I mean, he averaged 27 in those games. But yeah, Trey Johnson's just not someone who's wanted to stay on the court, unfortunately. But all right. Here we go. 9-man rotation going into these playoffs. We get to play the Brooklyn Nets, who have, I know, Jokic, and they have Igor Demon, Traore, Anthony Black, Kareem Lopez. So it's a solid team around them. So definitely a little intimidated, but hopefully we have enough to take them down. We'll see. So game 1 is going to go to us 109-98, 23 and 22. Game 2 is going to go to us. So far, so good. 121-95, 26 and 25. Game 3 goes to them, and game 4 is going to go to us. Beat them in 5. Yes, we're on to the second round just like last year. We'll have to see how healthy we are going into this one. So did anybody get hurt? Trey John's still healthy, and Clingan did get hurt. And oh my gosh, both our starting centers are out. That's pretty tough. So who's starting at the 5 then? So we got Alex Sarr and then Julius, who I guess may have been playing some games there. I think we should probably move Sarr to the 5 in this scenario, though. Sarr will go back to the 5, and maybe we move Carter Bryant to the 4, I guess, in this spot right now. We'll do something like that. So at least we still have our 2 leading scorers. Hopefully they survive till the finals if we're able to get there. But Duren and Clingan both being out is not ideal. Really hate to see that. But it is what it is. Not much we can do about it. Charlotte, let's see what they're looking like. We got LaMelo Ball, AJ Williams, DeBanza. This guy actually developed for the Hornets. I've had him in a video before, and he didn't develop at all. Zach Edey, AC Newell, DeAndre Hunter, Dylan. Anybody hurt for them? Anthony Simons, maybe, and Marcus Spears, who I think I had in a video, and he was awesome. So is he actually hurt, or is he just that overall? So he is hurt. So that's pretty big for us. But all right. Anthony also hurt. Let's see how it goes. DeBanza's also hurt, too. Game 1 does go to us, 111-109. That was a close one. We do get out of there. Game 2, we're up 2-0. So far, so good. 32 and 24. Trey Johnson, only 10 points in that game. Game 3 goes to them and a 1-point win, but we go up 3-1. And do we beat them in 5? Yes, we do. We're into the conference finals. Okay, conference finals. Here we are, and both our guys are still healthy, which is great. And then Klingen, everyone is pretty much healthy other than our starting centers, which obviously isn't good, but it is what it is. Not much we can do about it. So Klingen's out for the season, and Duren is day-to-day. So we might get Duren back here in a bit, which would move Sar back to power forward. So that's fine. Boston, that was our first round matchup. Now, or sorry, conference finals matchup. They do have a damn good team. Peterson, Caleb Holt, Brown, Tatum, Jarrett Allen. Like, this is a very good Eastern Conference team we're going after. Kind of wish they had some injuries, not going to lie. I guess they do with Collins, Gary Trent, and Markkanen, unless they're just like regressed that much, which is possible. So Aiden, and then yeah, Collins and Gary Trent are both out, but their big three is healthy. Peterson, Tatum, and Brown. That's terrifying. So let's take them a little bit more seriously. Let's simcast game one. So game one, Jalen Duren is playing now, I think. So we might move him back into the starting fives. Let's see if we can't get this victory on the road, though. We had a lead there for a second. They take it back, and we will lose in game one. But we can move, it looks like Sar back to power forward and have Jalen Duren back out there. So that's nice. At least we'll have that. So Jalen Duren's back out there. So we'll have our starting center back. Klingen and Bub Carrington are the ones hurt on the shelf. But all right, let's simcast game two. We got the Phoenix Suns winning game two over there. We got to get a win on the road, though. We really need it because this Boston team is really good. Can we come back in the game? No, we're going to go down 2-0. So home court advantage, we got to take advantage of it. So let's go and see if we can do that. We got to win both these games at home or we're just done for. So let's see if we can't beat the Celtics here, but it looks like we're going to go down 3-0. Not good at all. So unfortunately, we are not going to get past the Celtics in the conference finals unless we have a 3-0 comeback on us, but I doubt it. This big three of the Celtics is just kind of deadly. I mean, we might be able to win this game, but I think, okay, we win game 4 at least, so we're not done technically yet, so we're still alive. We got the Suns up 2-1 over there. All right, well, let's go to game 5 on the road in Boston. Let's see if we can win another one to make things a little bit more interesting. They have the lead, though, and I think they are going to take this and end it here. So we made it to the conference finals, but the Celtics had a way of stopping us. The Mavericks and the Celtics, and the Mavericks and the Celtics go on to beat them. So yeah, Peterson, Jalen Brown, and Tatum. That was just a very deadly trio to run into. But I will be running it back one last time, of course. I don't want to end it on that. I mean, we got to at least try one more, time. I think we just keep the roster intact. We'll be fine. So let's go to draft night. Let's see if we have anything happening here. 16th pick, 28th pick. I'll let the AI take care of both of those. At this point, we really can't afford rookies to develop at all, except Stone. I'm just kind of hoping to keep everybody. Mikael Brown, free agent. Anybody else to worry about for us? Jalen Duren, big free agent as well. So we'll bring both these guys back, and we should be in business to run this back one last final season. So we'll run with that. Let's go to play progression. Let's see if anybody else is developing. The team can't seem to get over 85 overall. Sorry, hit the mic. Duren is down. AJ Johnson. You got Carter Bryant down, but McCoy is developing. So at least we do have some depth, but like I said, we can't seem to get over that 85 threshold, unfortunately, for whatever reason. But there's a ton of them on our team, so at least we have that. There is 2 players we got to cut, I guess. But other than that, I will see you guys at the end of next season. So we've made it back to the playoffs. This is our final one last ride. First seed in the Eastern Conference. I'm curious to see what the injuries are looking like. And hey, we look pretty healthy. And Trey Johnson played his best season yet with 62 games, which we love. There might be an injury that's hiding from me. No, we are fully healthy. Even Donovan Klingen's just day-to-day right now. So this seems like this could be our year. Hopefully, anyway. 23 from Trey Johnson, 22 from Mikael Brown, 14 from Whitmore, 11 from, AJ Johnson, 11 from Duren, and 10 from Sar. But as far as the team stats are concerned, offensively, we were number 4. Defensively, it looks like, no, we weren't number 1 because Dallas Mavericks over there, 103. But maybe we're number 2? Number 4, not quite. So we're number 4. All right, first seed in the East. And we'll see what our first round matchup is. It will be the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Garland, Mitchell, Hunter, Mobley. They no longer have Jarrett Allen. He ended up in Boston. Where's Boston? They're on the other side of us. So a little terrified if we run into them again, but it could happen. So we'll see. But let's hopefully take care of the Cavs. So game 1 is going to go to us. 120 to 101. 27 for Trey Johnson. Game 2, up 2-0. Game 3, up 3-0. And game 4, they win. In game 5, we win. Okay. We get out of here. Detroit's up 3-2 on the Celtics right now, though. Oh, it's going to game 7. And it will be Boston again. So Boston is our matchup. Did we get out healthy, though? Alex Sarr got hurt, but he's playing through it, I guess. Hopefully, he's just day-to-day. Will Riley and Bryant also hurt. Let's go back to our NAM rotation, though. So we'll do that as we go up against the Celtics, which they've been a pain in our butts, or I guess they were last year. Alex Sarr is with a strained left hip, but he's going to play. What about Boston? You guys got any injuries sneaking up on us? Let's see. Tatum, he's out with, or I guess he's not out. But, oh my gosh. Peterson is out. He is out. I mean, did he play that game 7, though? I wonder. Let's see. I got to see if he played that game 7, at least, for the Celtics. No, it didn't look like he did. Okay, unless I'm just not seeing his name. But no, he did not play, so he got hurt in that first round. All right, well, no Peterson should play in our favor, I would hope. Game 1 up 1-0. Game 2 up 2-0. Yeah, the Celtics without him. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I may have spoke too soon. I may have spoken too soon. I was about to say, without Peterson, they are nothing, but they have tied the series. So let's go back to Game 5 at home in DC. Let's please take care of our fellow counterpart, the Celtics. Gonna be a close Game 5, but can we win here? No, they're gonna steal it on the road. Not good. We are down 3-2. This could be our ending, which would really suck. I would hate to lose to Boston 2 years in a row, especially with them hurt. I know Alex Sarr's hurt for us, but okay, this time though, it looks like we're going on the road in TD Garden and really making a statement here. So we're wanting a Game 7 to happen, and we will make it happen. Mikael Brown is hurt though after a really big game. Is he out for the next game? He is day-to-day, so he should be good. Sarr is getting healthy. Everyone's getting hurt now. Celtics, what are you looking like? Okay, they're still fine other than obviously Peterson's still out for them, which is big. All right, Game 7. Everyone's still playing on the road. Or no, we're at home. So Game 7 in DC to get to the conference finals from back-to-back years. This time we would have to play the Hawks, as we may eliminate the Celtics here. Just got to hang on to this lead, and we will do just that. 98-125, but now we got another problem, and that is the Atlanta Hawks. Josh Giddey, Shaedon Sharp is the backcourt. They got Riche, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, Dyson Hills, Gary Trent, Rocky, Lionel James. Anybody down here important? Boozer is hurt for them, it looks like. How long is he out? Let's find out. He is going to be out for the season, apparently. So we won't have to deal with Cameron Boozer, which is probably their best player, which is big for us. Here we go. Game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. Beat them in 4. Come on, we're in the finals. Let's go. Now, Dallas is coming, though. Dallas is coming. We all know about the Mavericks. So, I will say, though, Mario St. Superi is your conference MVP. So, maybe Cooper Flagg ain't healthy. They do have Zion, though. This team looks terrible. They got Flagg hurt, but it looks like he's only day-to-day, potentially. Let's see what he's looking like. But if he's out again for us, that is big. He is out day-to-day, but he might be back in this series. So, he may miss Game 1, though. We got to win. And we don't win Game 1. Did he play Game 1? It doesn't look like he did. He did not, and he might be back now. Game 2, even without Cooper Flagg, which, can we win Game 3 at least? Oh, gosh. Okay. So the Mavericks, Flagg may have played. Did he play any of those games, by the way? Hopefully he did. Did he play Game 2? I know he didn't play Game 1. I don't think he did anyway. He didn't play Game 2 either. And he did not play Game 3. So that team, or no, he did play Game 3. I just saw his name. Okay. So they won 2 games without him, and that was our final ending there. So we get to the finals, but fall short there, which really sucks. I feel decent about this roster we had. The only crappy part is that none of these guys developed past an 85, which is a little disappointing, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a fun one, regardless of a not championship ending, but I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.